Greetings and God bless. What I'm about to say is not going to be popular, particularly among Westerners and probably people from traditional cultures, even. But it's a stereotype that the West and Western women that they're so free and they've got so many better quality of life and on on some levels, yes, there's running water and sit down toilets, and women are very ambitious, and they're cutthroat here in the United States. I would say, ever since being a woman has been pushed by the media. I would say maybe the past, I don't know, 10 years, women have become so cutthroat, so malignant, narcissistic, abusive in the workplace, because they're supposed to be the breadwinner, and because they're a woman, there's just this leeway or whatever of just I don't even know what to call it. Yeah, it's just, I guess it's business. All's fair in love and war, and it seems like making money is a type of warfare. And whoever's dumb enough to be an entry level worker, well, you're just cannon fodder. And whoever's smart enough to be the business owner, manager that knows how to exploit people, then you get to have all the money or whatever power. But I just want to say, so when I was a child and I went to college, feminism made sense. It seemed, I mean, on the surface, women's empowerment, uh, it was obvious, especially because when men are allowed to be sick and abusive, feminism becomes this logical answer because nobody is stopping the abusive man, the mentally ill man, the rageaholic, the incestuous father, the rapist husband. When nobody does anything about that, of course, the women are like, I need to get out of this. I can't handle this suffering. I can't handle being, gaslit and getting stalked and tortured by my father or brother or husband or, whatever, I mean, so when the community, when the extended family does not stop the man from raping, molesting, abusing, beating, tormenting his female family members, that's a problem, and that breaks down traditional cultures. And I mean, I'm no expert in traditional cultures. I haven't been around a whole lot, but I don't think a healthy traditional culture is like, oh, well, you just got to suffer through your father raping you or your husband raping you. I don't, I hope traditional cultures don't do that. I have seen videos where, the mother lets the grandfather in the Middle East rape the little girl, and the little girl's crying and somebody's videotape. I mean, it's like, I don't understand it. And all I can say is that's the kind of thing that drives people towards feminism, or any of these leftist agendas. But so number one, like, this is why people hate men and patriarchy, is because there's been no accountability when the father is raping the child, and things like that. So I just don't, I mean, and maybe because this is such a fallen world and we are in a supernatural world, people are demonized. People aren't even people. Maybe because there's no human beings around, that actually see that as a problem when a child is being molested by the father or the uncle or the grandfather or whatever. You know, so But so I see videos, travel videos, and people in other third world countries that are extremely poor. Everybody wants to come to America, and of course, and America is romanticized, and it's it's marketed to other countries to be this role model. But the problem is that I would say women now, um, they're not necessarily taking care of their children or their families. I mean, some are, but what I see in American womanhood is, number one, they're about their bank accounts. They're like, I gotta make money, and I gotta have this Instagram worthy life. So I've got to have this fabulous hairstyle, these great nails, and great vacations, and Instagram worthy house, and family, husband, and car, and lifestyle, and career, and success, and so this is despicable to me. Like, when it's so materialistic, it's all about conspicuous consumption, and it's very unrealistic because I really wonder how in debt a lot of these very fancy people that are role models, because it just like this, they're living like millionaire lifestyle, and and they have families, and they have new cars and new homes. I mean, so these people are probably hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not more, in debt. Like, I mean, like $300,000 or $500,000 in debt, or maybe they have some, great real estate stuff that they know or whatever, exploiting people who need to buy, who need to rent. And I know I'm going around in circles here, but I just want to say, I love my freedom. I love that I can go outside and go to the grocery store, and I don't have to suffocate myself, and I don't have to hide myself. I don't have to, worry, you know, that I'm female or something like that here in the United States. But I do not think that feminism is going to help traditional cultures. I really don't think so. Because so at first it seems like it's going to help, but what I've observed, I grew up I was a child in the 70s, and a adolescent teenager in the 1980s, and and initially when these activist things start happening, at first it seems like it's helping, but then something twisted unfolds, because women nowadays, I think they're possessed by what's called the Jezebel spirit. It's just like cutting men down and cutting other women down. That's a thing I notice, is like women are out to destroy other women. Like they're successful, they have their own business, they have whatever, they have all this stuff, but they can't allow another woman to do her own thing, or like these possessed, demonized women that are looked up to as a paragon of empowered womanhood. Like, there's this controlling, malignant, narcissistic kind of thing, where these women who, they're whatever, they're head honchos or whatever, and they want to be worshipped, they want to be regarded, they want to be held in awe. And like, for me, I'm a very independent, um, courageous, I guess you could say. And I'm not into that. I'm not into this materialistic Jezebel spirit, satanized, demonized womanhood that's been going on, and I guess this feminist thing, and and these demons that are in these women, they do not like it, and they they target. And I mean, who am I? Like, I'm a nobody. I'm just doing my own little thing. I'm not going to compete with them. But like, and I'm just saying, like, this feminist powerful woman, it's like the worst in what is a woman. And women have like some just a really mean streak, especially towards other women, and I'm sure to men. I remember listening to an audiobook of Brene Brown where this guy was talking to Brene Brown, who was saying that men are really um, just so neglected in our culture because they're supposed to be the breadwinner. They're supposed to just keep delivering and providing, and the thing is, like entitled American women, they're like, I gotta take care of what my nails, and I gotta have my $100 haircut, and I have to have my car and my the best of everything and brand new and jewelry, thousands of oh, I need a $15,000 wedding. Oh, of course, like it's absolutely disgusting. Like it's just disgusting how like what like a respectable like this is like respectable womanhood. It's no wonder America's going down the drain. And that's what I'm trying to tell traditional women in traditional cultures or whoever in traditional cultures that think that American or Western women are, are like that. Now, like I was saying, an abusive rapist patriarch is bad, and that the family and the community needs to stop that man from raping his children or his wife or beating them. Like that just can't be allowed to continue, in my opinion. And I'm hoping that that's what traditional cultures do, is that they say, you can't be raping and killing your own family. Like there's got to be some sort of accountability, and I don't know if they do a demonic possession intercession or do some type of healing or therapy for that guy somehow. But so that's the problem with patriarchy, in my opinion. But this new kind of female patriarchy, and that's what happened. That's what happens with feminism. Is it's not equality. No, no. Because the feminists are like, we used to be oppressed, so now we're going to oppress the men. And that's definitely like now in America, women are totally emasculating men, insulting men, hating their sons for being boys, and just to like trying to put men in their place, um, and it's not good because then we have a culture of emasculated men who like they're like in a gender dysphoria because this is not how it's supposed to be. And so I just want to say, I mean, like I do like my freedom as a Western woman, but I'm trying to tell you that um, feminism is not the answer. I don't think negligent patriarchy is either, though. Um, so, and I do think we have to have God in our lives, and I do think we need Jesus in the Holy Bible, the King James Bible, to kind of give us some guidelines and specifics from God. Because God doesn't say, "Oh, rape your children, rape your wife." That's totally wrong. You're supposed to honor your wife and so forth. Um, so, uh, and it takes time to learn. I know that if so, like people who are in a very challenging, destitute, horrible, war torn country. I mean, not that the country's horrible, but being in war, constant war, that's terrible. And so, looking at the marketing, the commercial that you kind of see about America, it seems like America's great. And on some levels, America is great, great in ways that I can't even fathom because this is where I'm from. Yet I'm trying to tell you that if you have sincere friendships and sincere relationships with family, and maybe some parts of your culture is oppressive, because the thing is, there's stuff in my culture that's oppressive that I just kind of deal with, uh, but I would just say that it seems to me from the books about travel that I read, that modern American culture is very superficial. Most Americans do not have friends. Most Americans do not have close relationships with family. Most Americans love their pets, their pet cat or their pet dog, more than they love their spouse, more than they love their children. This is a majority thing in the United States. Yes, there are some Americans that love their spouse and love their children, but there's a lot. And just if any American talks to any other American, the majority, you'll hear people talk about how their cat or their dog dying caused more devastation than their spouse or their parent. Um, actually, I would say maybe people's spouses, and if a child dies, that's more than a lot of parents can bear, of course, and as it should. But so I'm just trying to say, it's easy to take for granted the the things that, like the family, being close to your family, being close to your friends, in this third world country where you're poor, you make $1 a month or something like that. It's easy to take for granted those human relationships, but if you have really good quality human relationships with family, with friends, with your community, even though you're poor, like in terms of a bank account, you are actually more rich than Americans. Uh, I don't know why America has been targeted so much to, um, just to be so materialistic, but we have strayed so far from true family, true friendship, true community, true like soul, true love, true humanity. And I don't know if we'll ever find it because there's all these entertainments, there's all these distractions, and it's so, it's such a struggle to survive here. And again, like there's this brainwashing that, oh, you gotta have this next thing, you gotta buy this other thing. So I just wanted to put that out there, and say that feminism is not all that it seems like it would be. Um, there's tradition is it has a place, but again, like I want to say, I think tradition has to, like, part of tradition should be not letting your children be raped, not letting your wives be raped, or your sisters or your mothers, or whatever. Like there shouldn't be abuses, there shouldn't be psychological abuse. The man of the house should not keep insulting, degrading the women, because that's sick, and that's destructive. That's just as destructive as homosexuality or promiscuity or bestiality, in my opinion. When a community or a family lets a man abuse the women, or abuse a woman abusing the other women, because it's a thing too. Like anybody can be a patriarch, anybody can be a tyrant, women or men, gay or straight, young or old, even. So there has to be, um, responsible people. And I do think that we do need Lord Jesus Christ. This is a supernatural battle, and demons are just waiting to take possessions of people. And so we fight not flesh and blood, but principalities. Um, so, anyways, I know this is all over the place, but I'm just trying to say that Western feminism is not the solution, um, and I don't think negligent patriarchy is the solution either. But I do think having a strong relationship with God and tradition and like the Holy Bible, I think that that will um, help. And yes, we're in a fallen world, but if we have good fellowship with God and other believers, it's a start. But yeah, I know it's a tough world out there. It's a it's a very sick world all around. Um, but I just want to put that out there. Thanks for watching. God bless.